Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Third Eye Chakra Daily Boost. Y'all know this is one of my favorite days. I am watching to see if we're actually live. If you are here with me, oh, hang on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, we're good. We are good. Okay. If you are with me on YouTube, feel free to share this out with your friends. If you're here on Instagram, feel free to share this out with your friends. I am I cannot see comments on Instagram unless I go check, so I will be checking intermittently. And if you are here on YouTube, then I will see you pop up and maybe pull you up on the screen. If you are new to this glorious Love in Action series, Daily Boost, I am Tara Priolo. I'm your resident white facing biracial, multi passionate musician, and I talk about the ish that nobody wants to talk about and push you to do the same. Love in Action Network is a peer support organization where we encourage, equip, and empower you to put your love in action. And we want the time, talent, and treasures of bold dreamers to be lifted up. Let me replace this because this is incorrect. I believe that it's 77 days. Okay. Oh, our CEP is at Andre in the Flow. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Weird text messages. I'll cut that out later. Hello. Okay. Our CEP is at Andre in the Flow. You can follow him on all platforms at that handle. And our other practitioner is at Poppywata33. And then, of course, I am Tara Priolo. Tara Priolo Studio on all platforms. All right. Let's start with finding the national day. Okay, today is January 17th. It is National Cable Car Day, y'all. It's National Customer Service Day. Be nice to those people, okay? Most of them don't deserve your wrath. Ask to speak to the management, which usually does deserve your wrath, okay? It's the National Day of Judgment. Yeah, there was a judgment on TikTok today. It is the, oh my gosh, this child. Wow, National Ditch New Year's Resolution Day. Hang on, y'all. This is ridiculous. Okay, we're back. We are back. Okay, where did my National Day thing go? All right. Oh, y'all. It is International Fetish Day. And International We Are Not Broken Day. We are not broken. There may be bad things coming. There may be a regime coming. There may be bad things coming, but we can make the best out of it. We are not broken. We are not broken. Wow. Let's see. Is there anything else interesting? Hot buttered rum day. I've never had hot buttered rum. Has anybody in the room had a hot buttered rum? Oh my gosh, it's National Popeye Day. I love Popeyes. And there's more. There's more. Come back tomorrow because there's a really good one that I read, and I will be here with you tomorrow. Check our calendar for the time. I don't remember what time I'm going live, y'all. It might be regular time tomorrow. Oh, and it's divisional round football. Divisional round football weekend. There are watch parties all weekend with Love in Action Network over in our Discord server. You can join that by going to our link in bio, lovedandlovable.bio.link, lovedandlovable.bio.link. Okay, let's get into it. Y'all know that every week we walk through the 7-day pillar challenge created by our practitioner at Poppywata33. And today is Third Eye Chakra Day. So the Third Eye Chakra is the center of intuition and insight. And we are focusing this week on building bridges and these days have focused on mending relationships or cultivating relationships, and keeping good relationships, right? So this says, and this was a week. Y'all remember when we used to read the 52 Weeks of Beatty, 52 Weeks of Conscious Contact by Melody Beatty? And we talked about perspective. This thing says, mending relationships often involves seeing things from another person's perspective. Now, I will say that does not mean you assume the other person's perspective. That means that you ask for the other person's perspective and attempt to open your mind to it. Okay? You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to be in that mind place. You don't have to do that. But what you could do is at least open yourself up to the other perspective. You cannot come up here right now, baby. Okay. We're going to do a brief visualization. Y'all know I do 4 beats in, 4 beats out, 2 times in a row, breathing. Imagine an indigo light. That's purple, y'all. Indigo light coming from between your eyebrows, and helping you view others with empathy and understanding. Recall a time. You can also recall a time when seeing through someone else's perspective improved your connection. Okay, so here we go. Breathing in for 4 and out for 4. Here we go. In, 2, 3, 4. That indigo light. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, and 4. That's Piper's favorite part. Piper really likes when we count. Okay, so a time when seeing through someone else's perspective improved your connection. So I will say that we've been using this example because it's Dr. Flo and I headlining this feature. We've been using the time in the collective shadow place for 10 months, right? And one of the things that, I looked at, and actually I just made a reconnection with a friend last night, which was, oh, hello. Welcome to the Instagram, Maki, Scorp, Boy, and Do Utu. Hello. One thing that helps, so I often look at, Tara, what can you blame yourself for? Tara, what accountability can you take? Tara, how poorly did you treat that other person? And I definitely went through that. But another thing that I had to sort of recognize in both of these cases was maybe their brain space was very different than mine. And maybe that's why I can forgive them. Maybe that's why I can offer an olive branch. Maybe that's why I can wrap them in love from afar and hope that they're doing well, and that has really helped. I will say that sometimes putting yourself in another person's perspective, especially if they are an infant, does not help. Okay. Sometimes I don't know what my child needs. Okay. And I feel like it's weird that we put all that pressure on parents to you should know what your child needs. No, I don't. No, I don't, girl. No, I don't. I don't know that because my child is not speaking yet. So anyway, that's one of those places that I feel like that fails. Okay. Let's do the inspiration for today. And we are gifted in this. We are gifted. I have to find the correct Instagram page. Piper, stop it. Okay. Uh-oh. My light went dead. Do I still look okay? It's going to be okay. I'll charge it later. All right. Y'all, a mess. And yet, you're still here. That means something. Keep going. You can't pour from an empty cup, but you also can't refill. Piper, stop. Piper, stop. Refill it while sprinting. Pause, recharge, reset. Sometimes you just don't have it. Sometimes you just don't have it, and that's okay. It's okay to not have the energy to pretend. It's okay to not have the words. It's okay to not have the capacity to show up. It's okay to not put their needs before yours. It's okay to not feel your best all the time. It's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to admit you need help. It's okay to not be on all the time. It's okay to pause even when there's more to do. I've had to take that last part very much into perspective this week. There's a big difference between being inspired and straight up copying. I don't think it matters. Like, honestly, y'all, like, I feel like copying is such a double-sided sword because it's like, copying doesn't do you any good, right? Because people know it's not you talking because you're copying someone else. Stop. This is a repeating one for those that are listening on the back end. Be like you. Think like you. Sorry, y'all. Be like you. Think like you. Talk like you. Act like you. And it repeats and repeats and repeats. Say it with me. This year, I'm working on impeccable communication. Don't let nobody tell you different. You know what I'm saying? Impeccable communication. Saying exactly what I mean and being authentic in my expression will only help me in the long run. They have an advertisement for their book. I pray the stories you tell yourself about you are free from self-shame and filled with understanding and love for who you are. Not sure who needs to hear this, but the brain fog will lift. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but it's not forever. Even when it feels endless, know it's temporary. Clarity isn't a race, it's a rhythm. It comes in ebbs and flows, slow and steady, not forced, but found in time. Healing from an unofficial relationship is valid. Just because there wasn't a label does not mean your feelings weren't real. It's okay to need time to process that hurt. You're not crazy for experiencing this. There's peace in remembering all of this is temporary. There's happiness in letting go. You are absolutely capable of handling what's ahead because maybe you can see it, right? Maybe you are putting your visioning hat on. Maybe you are putting your visioning hat on. Yay, simulcast. Thank you. Yes. Yay. Y'all can see we've got child hands today. It's been a long time since we've had to do that. But this baby is apparently a grump today. Okay. When someone is speaking to you, listen, and Dr. Flo talks about this a lot. Don't listen to respond, listen to understand. This is the show notes say actively listen and seek to understand someone that you are trying to reconnect with or that you want to reconnect with. It's very easy, right? It's very easy to listen to respond and listen to argue and listen to do those things, right? But it is worth it to listen to understand. I think empathy helps me mend a lot of relationships, and it helps me mend a lot of like surface level problems that come up that can cause ripples, right? So for instance, like remembering like, okay, so parenting is hard, right? Remembering that my husband is going through the same things alongside me, even though I'm the one home with the baby all day, like that is empathy and remembering that like he's not getting sleep either when we don't get sleep. He doesn't know what to do just as much as I don't know what to do because we're new parents. Like these are things where empathy helps keep our relationship strong and solid. And I don't always have it. A lot of times I want to holler and scream and blame and guilt and shame. But I do try when I am well rested to simply have some empathy for him as well. All right. In closing, I want you to reflect in the comments, wherever you are, reflect in your head or your notes app on how understanding builds bridges. And I don't mean your perceived understanding, right? I mean actual understanding, right? I think a lot of us believe certain things about other groups of people or people that believe certain things. And oftentimes that is an assumption. That is not an understanding, because to understand, you actually have to listen. To understand, you actually have to engage in, right? So to understand, for instance, something we've been talking about for the past few weeks, AI, you have to engage with AI, right? You have to be willing to not block out or assume things about it when you have never tried to understand it. Understanding is not the same thing as assumption. True understanding, right, is what actually builds bridges and builds intersectionality. And that is not to say that we should not be calling out the isms and poor treatment. That is just to say we can understand those that hold that belief and why they may hold that belief. And instead of throwing them away, this has been a large conversation on the TikToks that's now going away on Sunday. Instead of throwing those people out of community or refusing to be in community with them, we can seek to understand why they feel that way or why they believe what they believe. And then maybe they'll seek to understand why we believe what we believe, right? Understanding is so important when we're trying to build intersectional unified coalitions. Okay. How do you plan to practice empathy today? I plan to practice empathy by giving grace to my child who is grumpy. I plan to practice empathy today on myself as I see myself floating off and like I have so much to do, y'all, and I have such a packed day and I'm so behind. And so I'm going to show myself some empathy so that I don't get overwhelmed, right? So what ways are you planning to practice empathy today? I will be back tomorrow, like I said at the top of this, for Daily Boost. Dr. Flo and I will be back later today for Deconstruction Junction. There is no co-working today because I got back-to-back meetings and also Deconstruction Junction. But as I said earlier, we have watch parties all weekend, so come and do some co-working. Come root for Coach Daddy Dan. We love Dan. And those are already scheduled on the calendar, and I will try to get a social media post up about that. And I think that is all of the things. So continue to be anti-racist, be safe, wear a mask, make good trouble, do good work. I love y'all hardcore. You are loved and lovable, and nobody can change that. Do some direct action today. Make a call for Charles. Send an email for Charles. Those are available at lovedandlovable.bio.link, lovedandlovable.bio.link, lovedandlovable.bio.link. Joy is our revolution. Step into it and belong to it, and I will see you next time. Toodles.